Alright guys, on this episode of DNS Projects, we're going to put some new sand in our pool filter. So we're going to take that off, flip it up, block the holes. What could possibly go wrong? Step 1, unplug your pump. Just like so. And then step 2 will be disconnecting it. And disconnecting it from your pump. As you can see, we're not hard lined into the pool. Some pools you may have a valve. You can just turn your valve, which would make it very easy. I wish we had that set up, but we don't. So I'm going to take it off there. We're going to flip that up and tie it to the side of the pool so that the hose is higher than the level of the water coming out of these lines here. And we're going to do the same with that one. I'll disconnect it there and flip it up top and hang them both on the side of the pool, and I'll show you that once I'm done. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to film me doing that because I'm going to need both hands. Okay, so this is an ideal scenario, but there's the plate that it sits on. There's our sand filter. I've taken the hose, put it into there, taken the one that feeds there, hung it up on the side of the pool so it maintains our pool level. We've disconnected everything. And now, what you want to do is on your sand filter, there's going to be a tag. You're going to look to see how much sand is required. And this one is 150 pounds of sand, 86 kilograms. So you go buy 150 pounds of sand. That's 3 bags. So I'm going to go get my 3 bags of sand once this is done draining. And we're going to go through the next steps. So the next step is going to be, you need a Phillups screwdriver. You're going to loosen those off, pop this cap off and pull that out, and we'll show you what it looks like inside. All right, so we got that screw out. See if we can pop this off. No, we're going to have to take that right out. You can see it's just 2 pieces. So what we'll do is we'll just make sure we fit that back together and keep those. So we'll just loosely put those in so that we don't lose any of our pieces. Okay, so that's what I was saying, is just loosely put those back in. This way you don't lose any hardware. We'll set that aside till we need it again. And now we'll go ahead and remove the top of this. And I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. It's a little bit, or maybe not. There it is, it's coming out. We got the water in there. And as you can see, there comes our filter. And then you got these little arms in here. So we're just gonna reach in there, fold them up one by one. It's really not that hard. It's just hard because I got one hand. And there we go. So we'll just take this, set this aside, because you don't want to get any sand in this at all. Some guys are washing this out. Now we kept water in ours. There was water, we didn't drain it completely out. So ours is pretty darn clean. Take it. I will spray that off after. And then we'll, pretty self-explanatory from here. We can just tip this over. Find a spot that you can dump your sand. So I'm gonna tip this over, get some of the water out, and then dump my sand. And I'll show you what I mean. You can see there's sand in there. So we gotta get that sand all out of there, and then we will rinse this barrel out. So I'm gonna roll it somewhere that I can dispose of my sand. Okay, we've dumped our sand and rinsed our barrel out nice. So I got some sitting in there. You see a little sand still in there. So what you do is just sort of rinse that out. I got it dumped over, and then might fill it up one more time here. Just to make sure everything's out. Tip it over. There it is. That's ready to go. So what we'll do, so that we don't have to lift it, is we're gonna put the barrel back onto its stand. And we've got this. So we're just gonna twist that, give it a little twist so that it's out, like so. And then we're gonna rinse this off. So put all these back down. As you can see, they just pivot on there. Then we're gonna rinse this off. So, got it standing there. What I'm gonna do, knock it over. So we'll just put that in there. You can see how it filters through these little feet. So we'll just spray it off, get as much sand out of there as we can. And then just take these, tip them back up like so. As you can see, they just fold. Easy, easy. So, all right, and then what we're gonna do is we just tape the top. As you can see, make a little plus sign. One piece of tape going this way, one piece of tape going that way. We put it back in our barrel, making sure it's centered. And before you start adding your sand, you're gonna wanna reach down in there and make sure all of those are pushed back down. Okay, as you can see, they're all spread out. So you wanna just make sure that that's as centered as possible. I'm gonna go get our bags of sand. Actually, we're switching to glass, and I'll show you that, and I'll see if I can get somebody to just sort of show me pouring them in here as carefully as I can. All right, we're gonna start putting our sand in. Well, we're switching to this glass instead of the sand. And you wanna start with your number 2 course on the bottom. So this is gonna be your first one. Like I said, that my barrel there is 150 pounds. So as you can see, each bag is 50 pounds. So you're gonna start with your course. Okay, we're just gonna open this up and we'll start pouring it in. Go over to the, okay. All right, you can see I just tore the opening of the bag. You want to make sure that that's centered. And then we're just going to start pouring it in slow. Getting a nice even around the, so it sets up in there nice. Now that I've got a bit of sand in there, I'm just going to make sure that it's centered and keep pouring. Now, I'll just reach in there and make sure it's even around the bottom with the coarse sand. And then after that, we'll just dump our fines in there. Okay, so that easy. Make sure this is centered. Easier to do now than later. And it's looking pretty centered. All right, we'll go and grab our other bags of sand and repeat. All right, here we go with our fines. The glass media, not sand, is what we're using. So I'm just kind of pouring it straight down the center, trying to get it even around. And that's it. We'll have one more bag to put in there, and then we'll just put our top back on, do our hookups. And that's how easy it is to change your sand filter or media glass filter, whatever you choose to use. Okay, so we got our 3 bags of sand in there. We're just gonna rinse that off. Just put a little water in here, kind of wetting it up. And then we'll go ahead and put our top back on. And there it is, nice and clean. You're gonna take your top, place that back on. You're gonna be faster than I am because you're not gonna have a phone. And there it is, that easy. All right, so we have it all together. One more thing, we've got, you wanna make sure you backwash this before you just send it straight to your pool. And then you are complete. As you can see, we got everything buttoned up, back, ready to go. So we'll give this a backwash, and then she's ready for swimming. Thanks for watching. If you wouldn't mind going down to that like and subscribe button.